Outside Xavier's Cintas Center, D'Artagnan points the way to the final 3 games of the regular season for Big East women's basketball. And in Cincinnati today, the Creighton Blue Jays take on the Xavier Musketeers. Welcome in courtside. I'm Mike Schmaltz alongside the 3-time Olympic gold medalist, the Naismith Hall of Famer, authentic basketball knowledge. It's Katie Smith. Katie, we expected parity this year in the Big East, and we've got it as we come down the stretch here. Take a look at these standings. All we know with 3 regular season games left to play that DePaul is going to be the #1 seed in the tournament.
And that really is what you know. You see in the middle there that everybody's bunched up, and this game matters for Creighton to kind of divvy their way up and move out of that first day of the Big East tournament.
Creighton 3 chances left as their final road game of the regular season. They'll play the final 2 at home, and some opportunity ahead for them. They're getting a great season from Jalen Agnew.
I tell you what, averaging almost 20 points a game, leads the Big East in scoring. You know, a versatile player that kind of stretches the floor with a 3, but is able to put it on the floor. And at that, when she puts it on the floor, getting fouled, leading the nation in free throw percentage.
Has been a great year for the Xavier Musketeers with 3 victories on the campaign. They picked up their 2nd victory in conference here, but did it going away against the Providence Friars on Friday, trying to build on that today with Ariana Gray.
I tell you what, Ariana Gray, athletic, quick first step, kind of that small forward, can put it on the floor. She's one of those that leads the Big East in rebounding, but she can put up shots, they'll go down. If they don't, she's the first one to them. So you got to keep her off the boards today. But I tell you, everything goes through her. So she's going to have to find a way to get some stuff done, and if they can just got to find her teammates.
We have the Big East leading scorer. We have the Big East leading rebounder. What wins out today? A charge for Creighton towards the top of the standings or some late season Musketeer momentum? We'll find out next when we come back on the Big East Digital Network.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi Money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're going to work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go, Storm. 1, 2, 3. Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together, and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Almost ready for tip here at Cintas Center between the Creighton Blue Jays and Xavier Musketeers. Mike Schmaltz alongside the Hall of Famer Katie Smith. Katie, let's get a look at the keys to today's ball game. First for the Creighton Blue Jays.
I tell you what, they like to shoot the 3 ball, so they want to be consistent at it. They're going to get them up. They got to get them to go down. Obviously, attack the Xavier's bigs and get them in foul trouble because they shoot the ball well from the free throw line. And again, shake off this loss they just had on Friday night and get back after it.
And for the Xavier Musketeers, who picked up a little bit of momentum with a victory over Providence on Friday.
Tell you what, you got to keep them off, run them off the 3-point line, but then you got to be able to keep them in front of you and make them take contested shots. Again, being disciplined on defense. Don't put them to the free throw line since they shoot it so well. And again, you got to go through Gray. She's got to create for herself and for others.
Talked to Jim Flannery yesterday. He's going to have 3 different defenders on Ariana Gray today. There you see the Musketeer huddle. Let's get a look at today's starting lineups. Creighton will send Tatum Rimbaugh out along with Timmy Sarda. Or you get the Musketeer lineup first. That's Leah Dunham having a great year at the point. Lauren Wasselson, a 3-point shooter, and then Ariana Gray and Ayanna Townsend, who had a double-double, the first of her career against Creighton in the first matchup.
And that's a great way for Xavier to get some easy buckets, is to get some offensive rebounds. They're a little bit bigger, and they crash the boards.
Let's get the keys for the Creighton Blue Jays. We get ready to go here with Tatum Rimbaugh out front. Timmy Sarda is having a great offensive year, one of the most consistent Scores for the Blue Jays: Gracie Griglione, Olivia Elger battling a bad knee, and then Jalen Agnew. We told you all about her, the leading scorer here in the conference. See Jim Flannery at the head of the Creighton bench. Ayanna Townsend getting ready to jump center circle. Musketeers in the home whites trimmed in the blue. Creighton in the signature royal blue. On the road, trimmed in white. Tip goes up. It is won by the Creighton Blue Jays. We are underway. Final 3-game stretch of the Big East season starts right here at Cintas Center.
I see a lot of movement by Creighton, a lot of random screens, a lot of movement. So Xavier has to be disciplined and not get stretched out for 3-ball shooters.
First drive inside for Rimbaugh, right to the game plan, but missed the shot. And a rebound off for the Musketeers.
Xavier should have a little confidence winning on Friday night. Nothing really to lose. Just come out here and play hard with Sharps with the 3-ball.
Sharps with a quick 3. Off the numbers. She's been a little streaky with 3s. Did hit 6 against the Cincinnati Bearcats. That was her career best game at 24 points earlier in the season. Rimbaugh again inside. That's a turnover there for the Blue Jays, so empty possessions twice for Creighton to start off. As Jim Flannery shaking his head, you see him in the helm for the 18th season. His 200th all-time conference victory on January 11th this season against the Providence Friars, 72-63. NCAA tournaments in 2013 and 2012 for Jim Flannery.
See, I like the matchup, Agnew and Gray matched up on each other to start this game. Agnew didn't play in the first matchup. You see they turn it over with the travel. So this is a great time to see the leading rebounder, leading scorer in the Big East go at it.
There you get Melanie Moore in her first season with the Musketeers, just the 3 victories. They got their first home victory since November here on Friday, but really infused some positive energy into this program. Rimbaugh with a floater, and that's good. And the first 2 of the afternoon goes to Creighton.
Tough shot, high on ball. Nobody was in front of her. Way to attack.
Coach Flannery said he was a bit disappointed with the showing against Butler. 15-point loss on Friday. Wanted to see how his team would rebound, and most of that disappointment came from the Seton Hall game, which they won, and he thought they played very well, and he was looking for a nice follow-up.
Slip.
Look inside, and the shot missed there for Griglione. Picked up her own rebound and got the foul.
Again, with 3-point shooters with Creighton, a lot of times the defense can get sucked out. It was a great slip by Griglione to hit to the basket, and great find by Agnew.
Kick out here for Agnew. Pull up, foul line. Won't go, and Ariana Gray flies in for the Xavier rebound.
I'll tell you what, she rebounds out of her own space. She goes and gets it.
Wasselson handles that front. Gray looking inside for Ayanna Townsend. Solid defense there for Griglione.
Tough pass right there, not a great look. Go throw it to the wing and throw it in. Too long of a pass in that type of situation.
Sharps will trigger the inbound, 13 to shoot for the Musketeers. Townsend going right inside, lays it in, and Ayanna Townsend establishes early.
Didn't know what out of bounds play they were running. They were real nonchalant, but they really were just trying to ISO Townsend on that block, and great move.
It's been a high point for Xavier, the inbounds place this season.
I tell you, Xavier's got to be disciplined, chasing people off of screens.
Another floater for Agnew, and Creighton finding some room inside.
Again, you got to get through screens, square them up. She had the angle, drove the middle. But again, all this movement, it's going to be tough on Xavier to stay disciplined, and the help side's got to be there.
Timmy Sarda has the defense here on Aaliyah Dunham. Sarda tight. We get down to 15 to shoot. The Musketeers get a crossover there from Dunham. Wasselson on the drive, layup good. Xavier ties it.
When you're a 3-point shooter like Wasselson that shoots about 75% of shots are threes, they're going to close out hard on you. You got to be able to put it on the floor and go do something with it. Great move right there.
Wasselson in there at 6 foot, not recruited to be a driver, but one of the taller players, so can help Xavier in the post. Sarda looks inside, beautiful pass. Griglione sets the feet, knocks it home. Timeout here for Melanie Moore. She's seen a little run here early, but Creighton finding a lot of room inside as we start this ball game.
Shooters have them stretched out, but you see Wasselson driving, taking advantage of that closeout, putting some points on the board, staying aggressive. Need to have other scores.
Join the conversation with hashtag BigEastWBB.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's bring it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Back here at Cintas Center for women's basketball. The Creighton Blue Jays taking on the Xavier Musketeers. 6-4 Creighton lead with 6:30 to go. Early timeout here for Melanie Moore as Creighton was finding some room to drive inside. Big East Tournament coming up. Tickets on sale for the basketball championship through the Xavier Athletic Ticket Office. All session ticket packages just $50. They include every game of the tournament. It'll be March 6th through 9th in the Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now at goxavier.com/Big East WBB. Always be big fun. You can also call BigEast.com, WBB tickets. See the backslash there. And Katie, tournament time, always a good time. And anybody's ball game really here in the Big East this year. DePaul's got the big lead, but we've seen one loss for them already. Fragile, if anything.
Fragile, obviously they're leading the way and feel comfortable. They've been the most consistent team, but I was able to watch Seton Hall this year play against DePaul. I mean, Butler's having a nice year, but there's some games to be played, divvying for spots, seeing what happens. But I love tournament time because really just anything can happen.
So many scenarios, and all we know here with 3 regular season games left to play is DePaul will be the #1 seed and everything else yet to be decided. See a little double team there on Ariana Gray, and that was Jalen Agnew closing the door with Temi Sarna to force the turnover.
A solid defense by Creighton. They're in position. They're physical. They obviously have a good scout.
Michael Parham into the game for the first time. Dishes there to Agnew. A step in there for Olivia Elger, and that'll go back to the Musketeers.
That's something Xavier's had some luck with. They forced a bunch of turnovers the other night against Providence. Were able to get that win, put some easy points. So they're a defensive-minded team and can kind of make you rush and get out of what you want to do.
Long ball here for the Musketeers. Terry Gross saves it in for Wasselson, trailing Courtney Pranger, and she'll pick up the foul.
Way to go get that baseball pass. Saved it from going out of bounds. It's a great look, but here you go. She saved it to Wasselin. Griglione, way to run the floor inside the circle, get to the free throw line.
Courtney Pranger, the freshman, to the free throw line. Get some extended minutes. Sarah Leyendecker, a sophomore redshirt, that came in to this program from Akron. On the bench with a foot injury, and Pranger with some opportunity here late in the season to show what she can do. Knocks down a couple of free throws to tie the ball game.
Hey, you got to make free throws. It's not a great free throw shooting team, but a great start right there by Pranger.
Good kick up top. Agnew fakes the 3 and knocks it home. And there's the impact Jalen Agnew can have on the ball game, inside, outside, and knocks down her first 3.
A little bit of range right there too.
Agnew again didn't play in the first game. It's 4 games with a concussion protocol. One of those was against DePaul as well, which makes Creighton just that much more dangerous when we get to the tournament. Foul there against Creighton on Ariana Gray. Take a look at that 3 coming from Jalen Agnew. What do you like about that shot?
Just patient. She got herself, right on centered, balanced. Saw that it wasn't close enough to take away that shot.
Gray at the free throw line, the high arcing shot short. She's a 62% free throw shooter. Gray with 19 double-figure scoring games this season, 9 double-doubles.
Yeah, but her free throw percentage with what she does, she gets to the line about 6 times a game. But being able to shoot a little bit better than 60% would make a lot of easy opportunities and easy buckets for Xavier.
Creighton with a 3-point lead after Gray comes away empty from the free throw line. Agnew right side for Elger.
Really solid defense by Carrie Gross, staying tight to Agnew, but going to make things hard for her.
Sarda pull up free throw line. Whistle on the rebound. It'll go back to the Musketeers. Be the 3rd foul for the Creighton Blue Jays here in the quarter.
Excellent defensive possession. And again, as said, when you have a 3-point shooting team, it's really crucial to keep people in front, be able to handle your man one-on-one, because if you get beat, somebody else has to help, and that's allowing people to be open.
Xavier back to it. Gray outside. Pull up, cut off at the free throw line. That went a little off balance. Ball tipped out. And it'll go back to Creighton.
Again, just even on that shot, she didn't make it Ariana Gray, but she threw it up, and then she was about the first one to go get that rebound. So she is definitely somebody who puts up her own shot, knows where it's going to come off, and tries to go get it.
Whistle away from the basketball, and that'll be a foul against the Creighton Blue Jays. Nope, going to call it against Warren Wasselson of the Musketeers.
A little too handsy. Too many hands, too many grabs.
Wasselson's first for Xavier here in the quarter. We said here for Rachel Saunders, 6 double-figure scoring games for Jim Flannery this season, and been a bright spot, filling in for some key impact injury players. There's Michael Parham going up and in from the right block.
Nice job using her body, keeping her sideways, keeping that shoulder into the defense, able to finish, getting rewarded for all the screens she's been setting to get people open.
Grocery set for the Musketeers, drives left. She's a natural left-hander, got it around and up and in, and Creighton worked on that extensively last night in the shoot-around. They wanted to make Gross go right.
Get a little head of steam. She was gone.
He's not going to be happy about that play. Specifically talked about that one. Agnew with a nice answer from the right block.
Straight line drive, really hard for help to get over there. You got to put a little bit more resistance up one-on-one.
Lead leaks out to 7 as Creighton now from the floor, 5 of 10 for 50%. Pranger with room in front of Parham, resets Parham with a block. Good cleanup on the floor for Timmy Sarda. Sarda held on to that basketball. Good swipe there by Gray and then Dunham. Here's Saunders, pulls up elbow, shot good, and Creighton starting to extend.
Getting shots to fall, getting a lot of movement. Xavier's chasing a little bit, but obviously their defense is creating some of these opportunities.
Blue Jays now 5 for their last 7 from the floor. Pranger with 13 to shoot, looking for help, throws a pass into traffic. That one's intercepted by Michael Parham.
Parham's had some really good minutes on both ends of the floor.
Elger to the right wing, Saunders. Parham had it blocked and stripped. Good cleanup there by Saunders, who picks up the foul. Some nice hustle for Creighton on the glass.
A couple missed opportunities there on some layups, but she got loose. Pranger didn't know who she was matched up. Good hands by a couple players, but again, too many opportunities right in the paint.
This play by Aaliyah Dunham, flying in from the back, getting a little hand on it on the way down. But Saunders with a heads-up play, goes to the free throw line. 69% for the season, and rattles out the first. Saunders expected to be on Ariana Gray today. Coach Flannery really likes her foot movement she develops in her career.
Yeah, she's a good athlete, can do a little bit of everything, has a nice little bounce, obviously keep people in front. They're very similar sizes, so they can switch a little bit on the defensive end.
This is Dunham with a pull-up after contact and drops it in. Dunham really taking over the reins of this Musketeer program with sharing duties with T. Owens. As this three for Saunders is up and good, and a whistle after the shot. They'll count the basket. And a foul against the Musketeers.
Tell you what, Saunders coming in, giving them great minutes. Pull up now, kick it ahead for the three and getting fouled. One of those things you want to contest, but you got to contest to the side. Not a ton of contact, but still hit her up beside the arm.
There's Kerry Gross there with the Musketeer contact, and Creighton, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the Big East. You saw it key to the game. Xavier wanted to close out hard, a little too hard there for Kerry Gross. Third foul for the Musketeers. Morgan Sharp's working against Saunders. Deja Ross into the ballgame for the first time. And a kick ball inside, and they'll reset the shot clock to 20.
Hey, right there, Deja Ross, one-on-one on the post. Got to go make a move, be aggressive, because you're not putting any pressure on the defense. They're just sitting there waiting. And she's got size to go in there and do some work.
Ball in for Morgan Sharp, so handle here at the point. Dunham with a pull-up elbow. Soft off the back iron. The battle for the rebound is a whistle. Only going to stay with the Musketeers. They call the foul against Creighton.
Tough battle right down there. Townsend and Batchelor going down there banging for the rebounds. A lot of holding going on.
Foul there against Carly Batchelor. Fourth foul for the Blue Jays here in the corner. Susanna Townsend loses control of the basketball. Saunders with a nice touch on it, and Allen running rebound. Three away for Agnew, and she connects from the top of the key. Second top of the key three for Agnew this afternoon.
You got to crowd her. She's feeling good. Just got to crowd her. You got to be in her space. There's still too much space for a shooter.
10 already for Jalen Agnew this afternoon. 4 of 5 from the floor and 2 threes. Ross going inside on a good size matchup, and she'll pick up the foul. That one goes against Temi Sarda. Sarda's first, Creighton's fifth.
You have to look to score. When you have one-on-ones, matchups, when you have an advantage, you have to be aggressive. But right now, too much space. She's already hit one. You got to get into her body. You got to make her put it on the floor and understand that, and then be able to move your feet and keep her in front.
Deja Ross is at the free throw line for the Musketeers. She's 71% for the season, but this will be just her 15th attempt. Knocks it home. Ross averages 17 minutes. She's appeared in 25 games. Second one on the way, up and good. Katie, that last three shows what Jalen Agnew can bring to this game. She starts hitting those threes. You got to respect that, moving out, and that'll open up the inside a little bit.
She does, and she's got great size. I mean, just 5'11", can shoot the three, can put it on the floor. You know, just really a versatile player.
Drive inside for Sarda in contact. Ariana Gray involved there for the Musketeers.
Deja Ross, I think, on the foul, grabbed her on the arm on the drive. But again, it's tough. 3-point. Here you go, screen. A little bit of a brush screen. She gets in there, reaching. Almost look like all ball, but anytime you're reaching.
A little too far, caught the wrist on the trail.
Too much across the arm.
Temi Sarda misses the first.
And she hasn't gotten going yet. You know, Sarda obviously had a really good week. Had some really good games, but somebody can catch fire.
Connects on the second. Lead now 12 for the Creighton Blue Jays.
And obviously, Ariana Gray hasn't had much productivity. Maybe they can get something with her in a position to make it a play.
Shot there for Ross in traffic, falls.
I like it. I understand she has a matchup, a little a mismatch, and she's shoot over the top. You don't have to do too much sometimes. Just take the easy route.
Rimbaugh going to let this roll. Clock was running, however, with 33 seconds.
Try to take the last shot, not give any time.
About a 2-second differential between shot and game clock. Creighton spread the floor in this set.
Probably somebody run up into a high pick and roll or just drive and kick. A little brush screen.
Rimbow in traffic and to throw it away. Sharps with time. In traffic, off the glass, no good. Rebound for Ashley Gomez. The clock stops on the whistle. So Morgan Sharps picks up that ball in the open court. Nice move for the freshman. Checked the shot clock right away. Figure out how much time she had. Took her time to get down there to earn an opportunity.
I like the way she attacks. Sometimes towards the end of shot clock, the end of quarters, people like to just pull up threes, 3 balls. Put a little pressure on the defense. Get into the body, get to the free throw line.
Sharps connects on her first free throw. Second rattles out. Rebound there for Batchelor. No chance there for Creighton to get something up, but the Blue Jays with a solid first quarter. Blue Jays shoot 57% from the floor, 8 of 14. They've got a 24-15 lead over the Musketeers.
You're watching Creighton basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose
Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy.
philosophy, politics, and the public.
Computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a Musketeer, and now
And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Mike Schmaltz, the Hall of Famer. Katie Smith with you on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi. Women's basketball this afternoon from Cintas Center. Creighton with a very solid first quarter, 24-15 the lead. You see Ashley Gomez, chemical science major here for the Musketeers in her final home game. Ashley Gomez, the 4-year player here out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. See that chemical science major, a minor in business. And Ashley Gomez, I know over the summer, worked with the pharmaceutical company here in Greater Cincinnati, Prasco. She'll have a great career ahead of her, and still some business here with the Musketeers as they come down the stretch here in her final Musketeer season. 7 points the other night against Providence was her second best game as a Musketeer. Had 10 a couple of years ago against St. John's. Ashley Gomez, potent outside shooter. Could make a difference here for the Musketeers this afternoon. Jalen Agnew making a difference for the Creighton Blue Jays. 4 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 2. Coming back from concussion symptoms, and a nice 10-point first quarter for her.
I mean, efficient. You know, 2 nice long ranges. They've been moving the ball. I think the shot selection has been great. Also, Creighton, I think their defense has been solid, really making Xavier work for everything. Just a really solid first quarter for Creighton off of their loss the other night.
Musketeers have 5 points at the free throw line. Their converting rate is 63% clip. Start of the second quarter, and Xavier controls it with Lauren Wasselson.
Bringing bodies, bringing congestion. You got to be strong with the ball. Know it's coming. Be able to find somebody.
Steal comes up there for Saunders. Right over for Sarda. Nice transition defense there by the Musketeers. Agnew's not going to worry about it. She'll knock in another 3. Her third of the afternoon. 3 of 3 from behind the arc.
You can't be late right now. She's already hit 2. You already know she's feeling it. I know they do a nice job screening. It never ends, but she came off and quick triggered that one. No hesitation, but you have to be in her space.
Agnew looking very comfortable to start this ball game. Ariana Gray closed out there by Carly Batchelor, and that one goes out of bounds.
Again, bodies. There's congestion. They're bringing people. And again, it's a little frustration, right? But she's got to make those decisions, see what's happening, and either take her shot or find somebody.
Jim Flannery thought Jalen Agnew would be effective against Ariana Gray today. They got Batchelor in the mix as well. That was part of the plan, and we'll see Saunders in there. But so far, just limited Ariana Gray to 2 field goal attempts.
Yeah, and it's not just the person, the one-on-one. It's also the help, and they're also going off of the dribble, not right away.
Inbound here for Gray, immediately double teamed. They will call a travel there, and Ariana Gray give it back to the Creighton Blue Jays.
Yeah, and she did drag that foot a little bit, so it was a travel. In the first meeting she had 6 turnovers, and right now on pace to get that, but she's got to be better with the basketball and know people are coming and be stronger with it.
Gray used to playing in traffic, used to drawing attention due to the big numbers this season, but Creighton doing an excellent job right now. The Musketeers leading scorer, and the Big East is leading rebounder. Blue Jays patient in the half court. It's Olivia Elger. Inside for Agnew, and contact there is Aaliyah Dunham did a nice job to establish position, pick up the offensive foul.
Great read by Agnew to take Aaliyah Dunham to the block. She saw the mismatch, took her down, right? So you get a switch right here. But again, just a little bit of an elbow. Great take by Dunham, holding her ground.
That's the second foul for Jalen Agnew, the game's leading scorer with 13. Jim Flannery will leave her on the floor here with 8:34 to go in the second. Terry Gross trying to look for room there. Better job defensively for Tatum Rimbaugh on that drive.
Good job of keeping people in front, understanding tendencies, understanding Carrie Gross is a lefty, so she favors that hand.
3 there for Gross. Rattles off the back of the rim, touched it about 5 or 6 times, and then fell.
Great quick release, way to get out after that drive to spread the floor, get out to the 3-point line. Great look.
Cintas Center rims kind for the home team, and now a turnover. Gross in transition against Elger. Gross lays it up and in. Little 5-point swing for the Musketeers. Little energy out of this Cintas Center crowd. Batchelor up top for Agnew. First missed 3 of the afternoon for her, and Elger comes up with a rebound.
A few more bodies in her space, put a little more heat on her.
Saunders out for Elger, 3 is away. That one's short. Dunham fights for it. Batchelor comes up with it for Creighton.
Nice extra pass.
Good kick there. Rimbaugh can't connect on the 3.
Going the other way. Great defense right there by Xavier, flying around, but there you go. You see Carrie Gross line it up, knocking it down. Not sure rebounders are being patient, ready to go up and get it, but needed that one.
And then Gross up with the steal, and you see a little speed in the open court. Gross, a natural left-hander. Doesn't do much on the right side of the court, but got that 3 to fall. There she goes again, looking for room. Ziana Townsend. Townsend, good turn to the basket, had it blocked. Loose ball goes out of bounds. Stays with Xavier with 11 to shoot.
Xavier's got, they go after boards. It is something. I mean, they may miss their first shot, but they are attacking that rebound. It puts a lot of pressure on Creighton to put bodies on and then go get the basketball.
There's Gray, turn around well off the mark. Rebound off for Elger.
You see her kind of drop her head a little bit, a little frustrated right now. But right now, this is when you focus on defense. This is when you focus on rebounding.
Agnew again for 3. Great screen by Elger to give Agnew all kinds of time, and sends the lead back to 10.
All right, Ariana Gray at that moment dropped her head a little bit, stood up on defense, possibly could have switched out. But right now, she's got to focus on all the little stuff. Don't worry about turning the ball over, what the officials are doing. Get a rebound, set a screen, attack, and then on the other end, just guard somebody.
Agnew now is 16, 4 for 5 from 3-point range. In and out of the hands of Sharps, and right to Olivia Elger. Saunders, good move. Ball intercepted inside. Great awareness there by Leah Dunham to turn it for the Musketeers.
Great effort by Dunham.
Pull up there for Gray. That one short. Ariana Gray continuing to start this ball game a bit cold. Gray 0 for 4 from the floor.
I really like Dunham right now. She's kind of their leader, their pulse. Like she's got to be the one to kind of keep everybody in line and really stay solid and not panic.
Rita Dunham, the junior 5'4" from South Charleston, West Virginia, is splitting time last season with T. Owens, who would have been a senior this year. Just played just 6 games and didn't want out for injury. And look at Townsend battling away inside.
Made something out of nothing. Made something out of nothing. You know, Gray gets stuck, Agnew with a great block, but Townsend like a nose for it, just coming after it. You see a little deflection, good hands through 2 pairs of Creighton players taking the hit.
Riley Townsend can be effective for the Musketeers. It's their 27th game this season. She has, however, shown a little bit of foul trouble. Fouled out of 9 games so far this season. Jim Flannery aware of that. And they're more than happy to drive it at Townsend, see if they can get her in a little trouble this afternoon. So this is the first free throw. Townsend played just 7 games last season, went out with a ankle injury. Wasn't able to return. Second one up in 8. Lead down to single digits.
I see Ashley Gomez in the ball game for Xavier. Maybe some senior magic.
She guards Temi Sarda. Sarda gets a nice screen from Parham. Sarda changes direction and swatted away in the post by Ayanna Townsend.
Great help. Great help because they were just setting screens. It was a re-screen. She's getting the hit. You got to leave your man and then take care of whatever the first initial action is. Rely on your teammates to take care of yours.
Good timing there for Townsend. Started the day with 26 blocks on the campaign. Whistle there as that ball was kicked out to Sarda for 3, and he'll call a foul on the Musketeers on Ariana Gray. It'll be Gray's first and the first for Xavier here in the quarter.
Players like Agnew who can do a little bit of everything. It opens the floor, it opens up opportunities. You can shoot it, opens up the driving lanes. It just, pull-ups, being able to handle it. It's just that type of versatility just opens everything up on the offensive end.
Agnew was hampered by a thumb injury last year on her dribbling hand. Her shooting hand really affected her performance. She wasn't even an all-conference selection, not first team, not second team. 2 to shoot here. Saunders off the front of the rim, and Townsend comes up with a nice rebound for the Musketeers. Dunham has 3-point range, trying to drive on Agnew. A little pull up from the baseline, fall away, no good. Rebound off for Sarda. Corner for Agnew. Pull up Sarda, no good. Rebound out of bounds. It'll go to the Musketeers. 4:21 to go here in our second quarter. Creighton hanging on to a 9-point lead thanks to the efforts of Jalen Agnew.
Agnew with the 3 ball, feeling it today. Got their team up by 11.
You're watching Xavier basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's bring it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
I'm from Chicago.
Cleveland.
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford.
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway. Cameroon.
and I chose
Xavier University.
for business,
chemical science,
Occupational therapy.
philosophy, politics, and the public.
Computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus.
To the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer. And now,
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Mike Schmaltz, the Olympic gold medalist. Katie Smith back with you for Big East women's basketball. 30-21 the Creighton lead with 4:21 to go here in our second. And we get down to the end of the regular season and we start looking at tournament resumes and some great ones here in the conference. DePaul, of course, in first place, and these Creighton Blue Jays with that strength of schedule at 32, the RPI at 40.
You have to do it. You have to get the experience. Obviously, the Big East is competitive, but you have to go out there and play teams that are going to challenge you, that you're going to see outside of your conference.
Still see the Red Storm and Seton Hall Pirates with something to say as we come down the stretch of strength of schedule. 51 there for Seton Hall with 66 as well for the RPI. Get a good look there at the huddle for Jim Flannery. 0 for 4, however, for the last 4 offerings from the field. What's their Blue Jays talking about?
The Blue Jays are just staying consistent. Obviously, on defense, they're doing a job on Gray. It's just making them take one shot and getting out. But on the other end, they are being aggressive. Agnew obviously is feeling it. Obviously keeping one eye on her, but everybody else, the more they stay aggressive and create opportunities, the more it's going to open up for everybody.
Huge day for Jalen Agnew so far. She averages 20 points a ball game and 16 here with 4:21 to go in the second quarter. And this is the Musketeers' first look at her this season. Did not play in the opening matchup between these two out in Omaha.
But she's taking great shots. I mean, she's shooting 6 of 8 from 2, 4 from 5 from 3. I mean, she's getting them in rhythm, not taking a lot of them, not forcing a whole lot.
Creighton straight up defensively here. Ashley Gomez handles for the Musketeers, trying to get Ariana Gray rolling. Been a quiet day for her so far. Drive for Gross on the baseline. And a foul coming here.
Really has some success right now because she's able to get by somebody and be able to create something. And right now, that's Creighton's defense solid, but you do need to be able to break it down to put the defense at a disadvantage.
Rimbaugh second, third for the Blue Jays here in the corner. Rebound for Gray, covered up nicely there by Sarda. Gray going inside and pick up the offensive foul, and that'll be number 2 against Ariana Gray. Xavier second in the quarter.
It's tough. Pound, your back's to the basket, give them a little shoulder, just kind of tripped at the end. Not sure about the call, but again, there's bodies coming, and she's got to be able to find somebody.
Gray will leave the basketball game in Deja Ross.
But even while Gray's on the bench, she's got to stay focused, right? It hasn't been a great quarter and a half so far, but she's got to get her mind right and understand, I'm going to get back in the game, and what am I going to do?
Parham tips out the rebound off the miss. And away and running, Aaliyah Dunham. Moves again with that left hand. Dunham with 15 to shoot. We'll call it clear out against the Musketeers in the post. That's Ayanna Townsend. Townsend's first. Xavier's third in the quarter.
It's a tough job being a screener. You want to put bodies on. You want to be able to set that good screen, but your guard has to wait. You can't move too much as a screener. But I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's selfless. You got to set those screens and out there working.
Rimbaugh working against Ross. Agnew picks up the double team on the hedge from Ayanna Townsend.
I like Dunham on Agnew. She does a nice job, and I think she's strong enough even when she gets on the block, but I really like that matchup.
Probably the quickest defender the Musketeers can put on her. A good pull-up from the left side. It's a little bit deflected by Rimbaugh. Elger off with the rebound. This is Sarda with the pull-up, and that's good.
Able to get it go, offensive rebound, close out, everybody's not matched up, able to get a good look for herself.
Gomez out top on Agnew. Townsend for Gomez. Steps inside. Gomez knocks in a floater on senior day.
Tell you, being able to shoot the basketball, you said it earlier, Gomez can shoot the three. What did Agnew do? She closed out, jumped at her, able to put it on the floor and have a pull up. But when you can shoot the basketball, it creates openings for you.
Rimbaugh looking for space to drive it. Gonna pull out, take the three, partially blocked. Loose ball comes up for Deja Ross and Xavier. Back to single digits again for the Musketeers. Gonna make some progress on this possession. Mid-range for Russ, won't go.
Guess who's in there? Towns in there working the boards.
Beautiful hustle falling, able to tip it out. They go right back to her, and she'll pick up a foul there from Temi Sarda. Sarda's second, and now the fourth for Creighton in the quarter.
Xavier right here switching the ball, but you see it gave her a little eyes to the rim, a little shot fake, able to get Agnew off her feet, easy bucket.
Little senior awareness there for Ashley Gomez, the lone senior on this Musketeer team. Anna Townsend back to the free throw line. She's 1 of 2 there this afternoon, 3 points.
And she's a 50% free throw shooter. Again, we talked about earlier, these free throws are easy buckets, right? Offensive boards, putbacks. You got free throws, you got transition offense. But when you don't shoot it as well as a team, which I think they're in the high 60s, it's leaving points on the board that you need.
Townsend able to sink the second. She'll get arrested as Courtney Pranger comes back on for the Musketeers. Xavier's got it down to 8. Saunders holds in front of Ross.
Love it. Dunham's fine through screens. You see how she's in her space.
Agnew off balance, able to tip the rebound out to Saunders. Shot clock did reset.
She made Agnew do something different, which was put her head down and drive it. Not comfortable.
Batchelor, little roll there for Agnew, and that shot's off the glass and good. Teamwork there for the Creighton Blue Jays.
Hey, tough shot, but they made her do something different. It was contested, and she was able to hit.
Gross off the screen from Pranger. Gross gonna bore in, got it to the rim and couldn't get it to fall. Batchelor away with a rebound.
I don't know how she got through there without running somebody over, but nice job. Just couldn't get it to drop.
Let's carry Gross's game. Get low, get it to the rim. Three is away here. That's off the back of the rim for Sarda on the rebound off for Courtney Pranger and Xavier. 22 seconds, shot clock off.
And take the last shot, space the floor. Some type of pick and roll, screen, somebody diving, shooter spaced. Creighton switching.
Dunham inside, had it blocked down there by Agnew, 4 seconds. Agnew gonna put one up in midcourt, blocked by Ross, picked up by Pranger. Desperation shot goes short, but the Creighton Blue Jays will take a 10-point lead into the break.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado,
Oklahoma, Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose
Xavier University.
for business.
chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus.
To the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer. And now,
And now.
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Mike Schmaltz, Katie Smith back with you on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi Women's Basketball this afternoon from Cincinnati, and a good one between the Creighton Blue Jays and Xavier Musketeers. Creighton in 7th in this standings as they start the day and trying to move up and doing a good job holding serve so far.
They're doing a nice job. I mean, they came out. I thought they've been efficient. I thought their defense has been solid. You know, lots of people involved. Obviously, Agnew being able to spread the floor and drop 18 in the first half is solid. Xavier's hanging. They're battling. Gray hasn't been able to get going yet. So there's some upside and some things that coach can say at halftime. Is like, look, we haven't even played our best basketball, and we're 10 down. So let's go out here and finish it up.
Let's get a look at around the league here as we take a look at our player of the week, and it is Tatum Rimbaugh playing here today. What a huge week coming back from injury. Averaged 21 points last weekend. And then Cameron Taylor, the freshman for the Marquette Golden Eagles, and Marquette picked to finish second to last in this conference, now 11-5 and in second place.
I tell you, love it. Duffy coaching, getting their first year there, really to get something out of them. She did a nice job at Miami, and here she is doing it again.
Get a look here at the weekly honor roll as well in the Big East, and well represented across the board. Shante Stonewall from DePaul. Isabel Spingola, nice job outside this season. Bridget Hurley, of course, at Villanova. Alyssa Geary, we saw here on Friday with the Providence Friars, and then the shooter from St. John's, Quidasha Hoppy.
I tell you what, there's talent in the Big East. I love it. They love to score. They put a lot of points on the board. They love the up tempo, and it's just a great league, and it's competitive.
So back here at midcourt, and the second half coming up. What do you like to adjustment-wise here for both of these ball clubs?
You know, I think with Creighton, I think they're going to keep it the way they are, right? They're going to just continue to be aggressive. You know, lots of people that can put the ball in the hole, and I thought they've done a nice job on defense. Xavier's got to find some other people to score. I think Carrie Gross was great. I think they have to find to get some easy looks for Gray somehow, some way. And then on her, she's got to be able to find, those boards and maybe some defensive possessions to get some buckets.
Adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We'll take a quick break. Be back with more here at the half on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi. Back here at the break between the Creighton Blue Jays and Xavier Musketeers. 10-point Creighton lead as they try to climb out of the 7th spot in the Big East standings. Well, this season is the final campaign for legendary Villanova head coach Harry Perretta, retiring after 42 years on the Wildcat bench. Part of Peretta's legacy has been the family ties of his program, no better exemplified than by Mary and Lisa Gadeka.
Everyone always assumed that I was going to come to Villanova, and obviously Villanova has always been a home to me because I grew up here basically coming to games and knowing Harry. I was comfortable coming in and being recruited here at a pretty young age. At the end of the day, obviously it was my decision and I knew I wanted to come here.
When we saw her from her junior to her senior year is when we knew for sure. But her sophomore to junior year, she started doing stuff and we were like, whoa, this kid's a little better than we think she is.
Not knocking my other kids, but I pretty much could tell by age 4 and 5, okay, not real athletic. Mary was always tough, coordinated, and she was taller than everybody else. And then I think high school. I think once we got into high school and she had to learn how to work hard, I thought, she could play at a level. I just never thought it would be here or at this level.
For me personally, I actually ran Harry's offense in high school, so I had a little bit of an advantage coming in surprise.
Most high school teams aren't going to run that kind of system. To get a player from a program that one of my former players coaches, whether it's Lisa or anybody else, is a big home run for us because that kid comes in already ahead of the other kids that are coming in with her.
I think just understanding that Harry and the other coaches obviously foster such a relationship and an environment based on not only athletics but academics, and understanding that we are student athletes. They always have our backs no matter what the situation is, and they're always there for us both on and off the court.
She's just a representation of what we're trying to teach here. We're trying to teach, first of all, be a student, and then second of all, be an athlete, and then when you're an athlete, try to play unselfish basketball in a system where you're going to be asked to do many things, so you have to evolve your game.
I think the benefit for playing in our offense is that we have so much freedom. I mean, obviously we do have a set where they'll tell us to run a specific number, but you know, if that look isn't open, we can do something else.
Lisa was the most intense player maybe in the history of this program. So in some ways I'm happy she doesn't have all of her mother's characteristics, but she has a lot of her mother's characteristics in terms of her tenacity, her playing hard, her mobility, and just her knowledge of the game that Lisa gave her coming into here.
I think her toughness, her will to want to win, she's very unselfish, and I think her goal is she doesn't care how many points she scores. If she scores 30 and win, great. If she scores 2 and we win, great. That never changes, and I always was like that as a player also.
They're hard workers. They're very loyal to the program. They're loyal to the school. They're natural recruiters for us. They are most indicative of the people that we try to get here.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We're running ahead. We got to raise it up.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're going to work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go, Storm. 1, 2, 3.
Together.
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we're all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Big East Fast Break is the weekly women's basketball show hosted by Megan Caffrey and Ashley Leotis, breaking down everything in Big East women's hoops. You can catch all new episodes of Fast Break during the season every Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. on the Big East Twitter and YouTube pages. On this week's show, Megan caught up with DePaul senior Shantae Stonewall after the Blue Demons clinched a share of the regular season title.
For the 6th time in the last 7 years, the DePaul Blue Demons have won at least a share of the Big East basketball regular season title, as I'm now joined with senior forward Shantae Stonewall. Shantae, your team clinched at least a share of the regular season title in your final home game as a DePaul Blue Demon. How special was that moment for you?
It was super special, and to be able to do that on our senior night just meant the world of Kelly and I.
You just mentioned Kelly Campbell right there. You and Kelly are the only 2 seniors on this year's squad. How would you describe your relationship with Kelly?
Oh, it's great. It's definitely come a long way from being competitors our freshman year, trying to find our place here at DePaul, to being kind of like a dynamic duo on the court. It's been great, and it's awesome to see how she developed and I developed, and just we're super excited for the rest of our season. We definitely want to lead by example for our younger ladies. We're definitely verbal when it comes to making sure they understand what DePaul ball is all about, and I feel like we've done a good job by teaching them.
In your 3 of your 4 years at DePaul, your team has won at least a share of the regular season title. How is this program, able to perform at such a high level so consistently?
I feel like our coaches do a great job making sure that we compete in practice. Also, we are very educated about our tradition here at our program, and that we are walking in a legacy or setting legacies for players after us. So I feel like we do a good job of reminding each other of what DePaul ball is all about. Setting goals every year is another big key of ours, and just making sure that we're focused every game and making sure that we execute every game.
Shantae, you mentioned it a few times now, so I have to ask you, DePaul ball. Big East women's basketball fans know what DePaul ball is, but what's your favorite part about DePaul ball?
When I was being recruited, I always said the pace, not really truly understanding what that meant. It's a lot of up and down, very entertaining for outsiders to watch. It's definitely like an up and down kind of basketball style. Freelance offense, you know, you have the greenest light in America. Very fun to watch and very fun to play as well.
As a freshman, you averaged 5.4 points per game. Now, as a senior, you lead your team in scoring, averaging 17.4 points per game. Where has been your biggest area of growth in your game?
I would say just being able to read the defense, using my versatility to the maximum, finding myself in the right places, and continuing to run the floor. As you see when I play, I'm a very up and down player. So being able to get in shape, stay in shape. My fitness takes me a long way. And like I said, go back to my versatility, using all aspects of my game, whether that's a jump shot, playing with my back to the basket, being able to put the ball on the floor. Bruno has helped me develop my game a lot, and so I'm just here to show it off my senior year.
You are an Illinois native yourself. You're from Normal, Illinois. What has the experience been like being able to play college basketball in your hometown city?
It's wild. Like you mentioned, Normal is not even 2 hours away from Chicago. So I definitely have a strong support system. Growing up, they always said, like, you're going to do big things on the next level, speaking regarding college. So it was great to see how all my past supporters still support me to this day. I definitely go back to my high school every opportunity I get just to give back, to talk to old professors, talk to my high school coach, because they definitely had an impact on me growing up.
You deep dish pizza type of girl?
No, not a huge fan of deep dish.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you got to you have to let all of us know, if we're not going to get Chicago deep dish, then what is a Chicago must eat?
Ooh. We have pre-game bonas. That's really good. Post-game, you know what? Illuminati's, they have really good wings, so I will go with that for sure.
All right. What type of wings are we doing? We doing boneless barbecue, or are you doing a little buffalo?
Boneless barbecue wings for sure.
Barbecue, my type of girl. I love it. Shantae, thank you so much for joining me. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Back in Cincinnati for women's basketball on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi. Good one for you this afternoon between the Creighton Blue Jays and the Xavier Musketeers. Creighton led by 13 at the end of the first quarter. Mike Schmaltz alongside the legend from Logan, Ohio, Katie Smith. And Katie, it's been an interesting game so far this afternoon. Musketeers have not gotten Ariana Gray established, but they are getting a nice game out of Kerry Gross.
Really gave them a little spark off the bench, and they're winning the bench battle. They've got 15 points off the bench, which has really been their key. And Dunham's been solid on both ends, but Kerry Gross really gave them something 3 out of 4 in that first half. So they have to keep it up. They got to find somebody else to be able to put some points on the board. And obviously Gomez came in and gave them a nice quick look, but they have to find more.
And Jalen Agnew leading the way as expected for the Creighton Blue Jays.
Yeah, she's been solid. I mean, came out, knocked down a couple threes. Obviously, she's been able to put it on the floor a little bit. She is there. She gave them 18 points, and everybody else has just kind of been chipping in here and there, but she really set it off from the start.
7 of 11 for Agnew, 4 of 6 from three-point range. And you see the first half statistics, Creighton out shooting the Musketeers, and you see the 5 big threes for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, they're just getting some more shots. They've gotten a few more turnovers, Xavier does. They've allowed them to have offensive rebounds, so they've gotten more points. Obviously shooting it a little bit better, and right now that's the difference. Get a look at some highlights here. We talked about Kerry Gross's big game. She's done a little bit inside, a little bit outside. Nice 3 here. Yeah, nice job of spacing the floor, just getting that touch and getting that quick release. And then obviously on defense, she's active, she's in the space, but she's been able, one of the players on Xavier who can go find a bucket, be able to get to the rim. And that's really got to be special. And here's Gomez coming off the bench, cocking it, locking it, and knocking it down. But I tell you, nice patience on getting Agnew off her feet, knowing she's going to contest me because I'm a three-point shooter, and then getting an easier look. And for the Creighton Blue Jays, the big game for Jalen Agnew, looking smooth at the top of the key. Nice little jab step. She didn't bite. She had plenty of space here. You got the angle to the rim. The defense gets a little bit too high, and somebody like her, she's easily knocking it down. Again, that's not close enough. That's not close enough to take that shot away for Agnew. But again, quick trigger. She already had hit 2. And she gets a little bit of space. She's feeling it, knocking it down. There's head coach Jim Flannery getting a nice mix of three-pointers and field goals today. 12 three-pointers offered up by the Blue Jays, 31 field goals total, and that was something that he didn't like at Butler. They thought they took too many threes. A little better ratio here as we get ready to start the second half. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to get the ball, drive it, get your feet in the paint, have some paint touches, and then be able to kick it out. Just can't come out locking it in. Nice design play for coach, knowing they're going to be up, denying Agnew, got the back door, just couldn't get it to finish.
Big rebound there for Townsend. That's her fourth. This is Xavier's leading rebounder. So if you're Melanie Moore, how do we get Ariana Gray into the ballgame here for the Musketeers? Wasselson turns it over.
Maybe get her loose by some screens, get her off the block a little bit, have her coming to the block just to loosen her up.
Good defense there again by Townsend. Comes up with a block and a loose ball. Townsend again had her only double-double of her career against the Creighton Blue Jays. That was on the road in Omaha. 14 points, 14 rebounds. Trying to provide a little offensive life. Too strong off the glass, and a rebound down for Agnew.
I liked it, didn't hesitate. Took her little pound, nice little shot. She almost got it to go.
Olivia Elger controls up top. Good look at a three here for Griglione, and that won't go. Rebound inside for Rimbaud. Shot clock resets. There's Elger again, looking for three, and she nestles it home. Olivia Elger.
Great job on the kick out. Elger gets somebody flying, Gray's flying at her, gets her feet set.
Elger's had 11 double-figure scoring games this season. She's playing on a bad knee, really doesn't practice any longer. I know you know something about the knee injuries from your career. Had a couple of terrible ones. What's it like coming back from something like that?
You know, I've had 2 ACLs, and a tough move right there. You see her getting away from the basket, clearing some space. Gray was able to get an easy look on the drive, but it's patience, right? You got to work at it almost like you're just practicing every day because you want to get yourself back to where you know you can.
Ball inside. Wasselson erases that offering from Timmy Sarna. Wasselson using that length. Again, not what she was recruited to do here, play inside, but doing a nice job here.
Nice job curling around. She's wide open, but not giving up on the play. That's what the key to it. Keep fighting, keep following them.
Right to Agnew off the inbound, in traffic, off balance falls.
Nice concentration, splitting the defenders, not getting the charge.
Wasselson for three, didn't set their feet. Ball short. Rebound there for Griglione. 20 now for Jalen Agnew. It's her 11th 20-point game of the season.
You see the movement by Creighton. Just screen away, back pick. Big coming out to set an on ball.
Elger gonna try a three again, trying to pick up a foul as well. Shot short and a rebound for Ariana Gray. There's a treble. Leah Dunham tried to get up court, and who's there but Olivia Elger, the senior.
I would have really liked to see Ariana Gray just take that rebound, start to lead the break, allow everybody to run with her, and then be able to see what happens on the other end. I think she's capable of doing it. You've seen her do it before in the Big East, but I really would have liked to see that.
The Musketeers getting in trouble. They start turning the basketball over. Most of it's because they played too fast. They really cleaned that up here in the second half of the season. Saw a little bit of it there. Elger trying to drive in on Ariana Gray. Knees look pretty good there for Olivia Elger. Six to shoot. Townsend out front. Elger steps in, got it away, did catch the rim and got her own rebound.
Oh, that's a backbreaker. Now you got to line it up again, get in the stance, be ready to guard.
We'll stop there as the shot clock didn't quite reset on time. Probably have to go to the monitor here to figure out where they want to reset it.
It hit the rim.
Officials today, Barb Smith, Ron Creech, and Kevin Dillard. If you're wondering, Barb Smith is Katie Smith's mom, but not this Barb Smith.
Exactly.
There's a shot there, and you see just Ariana Gray getting a little too far inside.
I think she hit the... It's tough, but I think it hit. Took a little bit of different direction here.
They'll reset it at 17. Elger going inside, turn there for Agnew. An easy bucket. 22 for Agnew.
You got to make sure you can go get that steal, or else you're giving her a wide open layup right there. So you got to sit down, guard her.
Gray on Agnew. Gray got the screen too strong. Townsend cleans it up, puts it back, gains the contact, and out of Townsend back to the free throw line.
Man, she puts in work. Right now, Gray attacking off the dribble, draws help. Nobody can box out Townsend, so she's got a free run to the rebound, and that's where she gets this and one. Right here, Gray goes up. Nobody's boxing out Townsend. She's making a nice run to the rim. Again, Gray putting the ball on the floor, being aggressive has created that because everybody gets a little bit out of whack and is not touching folks.
Townsend 2 for 4 from the line today. Picks that one up. So a 3-point play. It's a 41-29 lead now for the Blue Jays. Floater inside, started with an answer.
Tough shot. Put the ball on the floor hard. Was able to jump, stop, and raise.
Started with 5. Dunham passes on a look from the free throw line. Gray gonna launch a high arcing 3, and that goes. And Ariana Gray on the board finally for the Musketeers.
Hey, it's a great start, I think, for Gray coming in the second half. You know, I'm sure that half coach was telling her, just hey, calm down, let it come to you. I bet she felt good getting that to drop through the rim.
5 points now in the second half. It was her first 3 of the ball game. Elger working on Townsend, blows by on the baseline. Couldn't get the shot away, and a nice box out there by Carrie Gross. She controls, leaves it up for Ariana Gray, looking for a second straight 3, and she finds the range.
I was about to say I don't like it, but it must be a streaky player, but big bucket right there.
So Gray can't connect from 3. She's done it a little bit this season. She's 25% to start the day. Answer here from Agnew is short. Gray down with a rebound. Ariana Gray maybe starting to take this a little personal against the Creighton Blue Jays.
But what it means, you hit a couple 3 balls, they may start running at you, which means you're going to have easier driving lanes to the basket.
Turn around there. Gray went after the rebound, and she tried like heck to not make that foul, but a little reach. And Ariana Gray comes up with her 3rd foul. Gray heating up. Musketeers trailing 43-35, 4:55 to go in the 3rd.
You are watching Blue Jay basketball on Big East Digital Network.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now.
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Mike Schmaltz, the 3-time Olympic gold medalist Katie Smith, back with you here at Cintas Center. And the Xavier Musketeers making a run at the Creighton Blue Jays. It's an 8-point Creighton lead. Their largest of the afternoon was 13. Creighton trying to pick up a big road victory here, and they will go back home to end the final 2 games of the season. Villanova and Georgetown at home, so some nice matchups there for the Creighton Blue Jays. They're trying to get out of this 7th spot in the standings.
Yeah, Villanova is a big game right there to be able to kind of move themselves up into that, out of the first game.
Tough task for the Musketeers as they will go on the road to play Seton Hall and St. John's.
Yeah, but again, they're building. They're building something. They just had a win the other night against Providence. They're battling here today. Lots of basketball to be played, but they're trying to prove and kind of build onto something at the end of this year going into next.
See that Musketeer huddle, and Carrie Gross in there with 7 points this afternoon, along with Ayanna Townsend, the leading scorer now with a couple of threes here in the second half, and all second half points for Ariana Gray with 8. Xavier 4 of 8 from the floor here in this corner, and 4 of 12 so far for Creighton, but they've been able to hold off the Musketeers so far. It's a big segment here for Xavier trying to get back into this ball game, tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, it is, and it's going to start right here on a defensive possession. See what Creighton has drawn up. Again, another little backdoor cut.
Agnew had to catch that behind her and get her off balance and the shot short.
But again, congestion was a nice job by Xavier sending bodies over.
First sometime for Pringer.
Lots of passing around the perimeter. You get something going to the rim.
Clear out here for Gray. Spinning shot well off the mark and a big rebound from Michael Parham.
I like that possession. Just too much just passing around the rim. Nothing going to it.
It's a good look at a three. That is away and good for Rachel Saunders. Left her all alone on the three-point line.
I tell you what, she comes in the game and she is looking to score. It is like she is instant offense. Didn't hesitate coming off the bench.
Saunders now with 10, 2 of 2 from behind the arc and 3 of 4 from the floor. 2 in double figures for Creighton. Gray going back to work against the double team. Gonna try another three. That one off the back iron, a little strong. Loose ball tipped to Sarda, now for Rimbaud. Saunders going inside, cut off.
Nice fill.
Good look there for Rimbaud. That's going to be off the side of the rim. Tipped out by Parham and collected by Sarda.
Nice job on the boards, Creighton is getting some extra opportunities. Good curl to the rim.
Rimbaud gets through traffic and lays it in, and a timeout here for Melody Moore as Creighton starting to pick up steam here with 3:19 to go in the third.
Coach is a little worried.
You're watching Creighton basketball.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
I chose
Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science,
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus,
To the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now.
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We're running ahead. We got to raise it up.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
Mike Small's back with the Naismith Hall of Famer Katie Smith, and the Xavier Musketeers trying to pick up some momentum here in the second half, but Creighton on a little 4-0 run forced a timeout for Melanie Moore.
Yeah, they just wanted to get out of hand. It's definitely one of those, you just want to nip it in the bud.
We approach March, and that means brackets, and we'll take a look at the bracket today for the Big East Championship if it were to end today. See Creighton there in that 7-10 matchup with the Musketeers, 8-9 Georgetown and Providence, and in the buys for DePaul into that first round. And how about that possible matchup there with St. John's and Butler? Very interesting, and then Seton Hall, Villanova.
Still some basketball to play, but Creighton obviously doesn't want to be in that first line. They want to move over, but then again, they get the matchup with DePaul, who's the #1 overall seed. So pick your poison, but you probably would like one less game to give yourself a shot to make a run at it.
St. John's with some traction yesterday to move out of that 7th spot where they were on Friday. Got past Seton Hall, and that was a huge win for Joe Tarnamello and the Red Storm. And again, Xavier going to visit that region next week. So you like the Red Storm's chances in that one. Still a lot to decide here as we approach the final games of this regular season in the Big East. Xavier right back to Kerry Gross. Townsend, kick for Gross, drives, cut off. Townsend again in traffic, partially blocked. Loose ball rebound dug out of there by Saunders.
Great box out by Creighton.
Good roll there for Rembow. Great look for Saunders. She knocks it down.
That was a beautiful pass by Rembow. Coming off a screen, catching it, knowing she had help, and finding the wide open shooter.
Saunders' first 3 of the afternoon gives her 8. Gross a little bit out of control, able to get that ball to ricochet off Rembow and out of bounds.
Good attack, but you see the quick decision-making by Rembow out to Sarda with a wide-open 3, but great vision, great understanding, helps coming where it's coming from, getting her teammate an easy bucket.
Ashley Gomez back into the lineup for the Musketeers on her senior day. Asia Ross handles out front. Townsend trying to power her way inside. She's going to pick up a blocking foul there against Parra.
I'll tell you right now, Xavier does need to, they need to have people who are looking to score, right? You cannot look to score because it's going to create havoc, and the defense will really go out there and push you out. But I tell you what, Townsend being aggressive, nice quick rip on that last possession.
Good look there for Dunham as it cleared out, and Dunham nails it from the elbow.
Love to see her get more involved, especially on those pick and roll pull-ups or being able to create some opportunities for other people.
Dunham had a 20-point game against Georgetown. It's the only time this season the Musketeers had 5 scores in double figures. Rembow trying to answer from 3. Agnew came down with the rebound. She picks up the foul. Going to go against Aaliyah Dunham. Dunham's first, Xavier's second year in the corner. Ariana Gray, Lauren Wasselson returned for Xavier. Townsend and Ashley Gomez getting the rest. Only Bachelor back in for Parham for Creighton. 20 to shoot. Rembow triggers the inbound, and then got tangled up there a little bit. Lauren Wasselson and Timmy Sarda. Call the foul against Wasselson.
Sarda's got a little savvy to her. She does a nice job of kind of grabbing and holding.
Ball out for Agnew, going to work on Carrie Gross. Pulls her way in, gains contact, layup good, and Agnew to the free throw line.
Agnew is a tough guard because you gotta crowd her. She can shoot the 3. But if you give her any angles, she's quick enough. You see, you get a little bit to the side, but watch her use her body just to give her a little bit of a push to get that thing up.
Carrie Gross ticketed with the foul, her second, 4th for Xavier. And Agnew working on a 24-point afternoon. This will be her first free throw. Knocks that home, completes the 3-point play. Creighton now with its largest lead, 54-37. Ross picks up the deflection. Drive inside, picks up the foul. Only going against Elger.
I like it again. It's that mismatch talking about. She has the height advantage. When she noticed it, she decided to put it on the floor and go to the rim.
Deja Ross there for the Xavier Musketeers, a junior from Providence, Rhode Island. Had a 22-point game against Chicago State back in 2018. 12 rebounds this season against Villanova back in November. Which will make that February 7th, earlier this month. Just 3 double-figure games for her career. Connects there from the free throw line.
You see Creighton in no hurry. Execute whatever they wanted to execute.
Agnew to the corner, 3 away for Elger, and she connects again. Olivia Elger delivers.
And it was contested.
Second 3 for Elger this afternoon, and she is 6. Another pull-up for Dunham. That one's soft off the front of the rim and in.
I think she has to continue to be aggressive. I think she has to look for her shot whenever she can.
Started back down. 25 to shoot. For less than a minute to play now here in our 3rd quarter. Saunders room to drive. Got some contact there from Ross. And she'll go to the free throw line.
when you have shooters on the floor in that last possession, I mean, that lane is wide open. And again, you get them to take a little bit of a shot fake, put your eyes on the rim, it opens all the way up, and you can get to the rim.
Saunders forcing the first.
So players at home, work on shooting, be able to shoot the basketball. It creates so much more for yourself.
Saunders second one on the way, up and good. Do you have a favorite shooting drill when you were coming through the ranks?
Just get reps, but game-like shots, like things that you do, like your pull-ups, coming off, curling off screens, but anything that has movement in them, not just, every once in a while you need the feel of just getting shots up, but a lot of times you need game-like shots where it's under pressure, raising up, jumping.
Dunham winds the shot clock down to 10. Sharps with 6, looking for Gray. Gray gonna turn around, pick up a foul. Tough foul there for Temi Sarda. The shot clock was at 3. Third foul now for Sarda, 4th for Creighton here in the quarter.
They ran her into the block off of a screen, and again, just a little bit of mismatch. You see Sarda kind of pushing up on her with her body. I would really like to see Gray, because of her quickness, be able to reverse pivot, rip the basketball because she has that quickness, and be able to get to the rim that way.
So Ariana Gray got it rolling here in the third quarter, 8 points so far, but just 3 of 12 from the floor, trying to make some progress at the free throw line, and will. Makes her first of the afternoon, now 1 of 3 at the stripe. Second one good. "12 seconds here for the Blue Jays. Shot clock not a factor. Again, it's into the motion quick, will spread the floor. Elger tries to dump it, stolen by Gray. Sarda gets one away, but it's blocked, and Creighton takes a 17-point lead here at the end of 3. D'Artagnan trying to pump some energy into this Musketeer lineup, but Jalen Agnew with a fantastic afternoon, 25 for the Blue Jays. Olivia Elger connected from outside, and the Blue Jays are 10 minutes away from a victory.
You're watching Creighton basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
We're all in, all together. Great voices ready to start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're going to work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go, Storm. 1, 2, 3. Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together, and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Mike Schmaltz alongside the Hall of Famer Katie Smith, watching the Creighton Blue Jays gain a little steam in the third quarter and take a 59-42 lead as we get ready to start our fourth. And the Creighton Blue Jays will go home for the final 2 games of their regular season, and one of those will be against the Villanova Wildcats, and it was a 10-point Creighton victory on the road the first matchup.
Agnew had 31 points, so she had one of those days. So if she continues to shoot like it is now, she will be able to help lead her team and hopefully bump themselves up a little bit in the standings.
And Villanova, of course, playing for Harry Perretta, 42 seasons on the bench, and trying to send him out with some momentum as well as they move into the Big East tournament.
I know, and that would be fun because you want to be able to perform for him and to maybe send him off on a high. So that's going to be a battle because they're both right there in that wheelhouse and trying to up their chances in the Big East tournament.
Harry Peretta has seen some basketball in his tenure, and it'd be great to see him make a little noise here in his final season with the Wildcats. Right here, Musketeers trying to make a little noise. Down 17 as we get ready to start our fourth quarter. They start off with possession in Aaliyah Dunham.
It'd be great for them to get a bucket right here to kind of stop the bleeding, give themselves a little confidence.
Townsend, little spin move, picks up some contact. So foul to start it off right away for the Creighton Blue Jays.
I like it. Townsend's had success. She's being aggressive, likes the mismatch, the matchup that they have. Almost used Gray as a little bit of a decoy.
That one goes against Carly Batchelor, her second. Townsend rolls into first. Townsend's got 4 now at the free throw line today, 8 points. Second one a miss, and Agnew down with a rebound. Agnew's got 6 boards as well for the Blue Jays. She's the leading rebounder for Creighton.
Right on her average.
There's a foul there against Batchelor by Ayanna Townsend. Townsend picks up her second, Xavier's first of the quarter. And that's where Ayanna Townsend's gotten herself in a little bit of trouble. Just a little extra physicality in the post. Good play inside, and Batchelor delivers on a block.
Xavier just wasn't quite ready to guard. They were still kind of muddling around and weren't matched up and just caught him off guard. When you're trying to make a comeback and come back, you can't have that.
Townsend floats and knocks it off the glass and in. She's got 10. Oh, another big day against the Blue Jays. 6 rebounds as well. 14 and 14 in the first matchup. Agnew trying to drive inside, going to pick up the foul on Townsend, and that's her third. They'll bring Deja Ross off the bench. One of the offensive high points here for the Musketeers going to have to come out of the ballgame. So that's 3 now for Ayanna Townsend, 3 against Ariana Gray. See what Jim Flannery dials up for that. Elger finds room. Shot short as Deja Ross closed out. A rebound out for Leah Dunham.
Good job not fouling on the drive. Make her make that shot and go find the rebound. Sometimes you bail a driver out instead of just make them make that tough shot.
Dunham for Gray. Turn around is good over Agnew.
Love the baby hook. I like it. Not too much dribbling, not a chance for anybody to come get you. Just raise up over the top.
It's a part of her game she's developed here a little more this season, a little more under control with those spin moves. Saunders.
Again, Creighton can run this motion offense, screening offense, and then just at some point when they fall asleep and you get a little bit of a window with Olivia Elger with knocking down the 3.
Elger's 3 for 8, all 3-pointers, 3 for 5 from behind the arc. Gomez trying to answer from 3. Shot short. Batchelor tips it over to Saunders, and Elger will carry out. You see those 9 points from Elger, and that's what Jim Flannery was speaking about yesterday. When she was out of the lineup, it really caused some people to take on some different roles. And you see it's 9 points, but they've been timely threes for Elger.
It just doesn't force anything. Run offense, but here's a rip on this last possession. Just Deja Ross was not in position, no help in sight, was able to just put it on the floor and get to the rim and get fouled.
So Batchelor with 2 points today, 1 of 2 from the floor. This will be her first free throw of the afternoon. And she knocks it in. Batchelor's a 68% free throw shooter for the season. A couple of 2-point games leading up to this, 2 against Butler, 2 against Seton Hall. For the career best 17 against the Musketeers in the first matchup. Miss, and Ross with a rebound. Turnover inside. opportunistic pickup there for Saunders.
They're trying to run a backdoor play. If you're going to throw that, throw it up high so they can get it. Again, Creighton in no hurry, screen away, curling off.
Shot clock down to 15. Saunders patient up top against Gomez. Elger for Saunders, 3 to shoot. Saunders gets a lane and lays it off the glass.
All that movement, it starts to spread out. The defense starts chasing your man, and all of a sudden, everything just wide open and nobody in the paint.
20-point lead now for the Blue Jays. Leah Dunham trying to cut that down, and Will with a 3. But back to 17.
I think she has to continue to run her team as a point guard, but she's also got to have her eyes on being able to score and making herself as a threat.
Dunham now with 9. She's a 40% three-point shooter for the season. 1-1 today. Now Creighton going to bleed a little clock here. We approach the 6-minute mark. Agnew and an offensive foul. Call that against Jalen Agnew. She lost her balance just a bit.
Great defense, be able to keep your body in front. Again, had nowhere to go. Her momentum was taking her right at her, and she shoved off.
That's the 4th foul for Jalen Agnew, 25 points this afternoon. Gray, 3, won't go. Rebound, Elger. That's exactly what Creighton's trying to do, just bait Ariana Gray into some threes late in the game.
I mean, you can't settle for those. You got to take good ones, but just keep having that attack mentality, whether it's for you or for your teammates.
Ross, deflection, steal. Transition look inside for Gray. Got that in off a double team over Agnew, and a timeout here from Melanie Moore. Xavier's had it down to 15 with 5:27 to go.
You're watching Xavier Basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
I'm from Chicago, Cleveland,
Phoenix, Milwaukee,
Hartford,
Colorado, Oklahoma,
Thailand,
Norway, Cameroon.
and I chose
Xavier University.
for business, chemical science,
Occupational therapy,
philosophy, politics, and the public.
computer science.
Because it felt like home.
I knew I would be welcome.
Because they take care of veterans.
I felt connected to the campus, to the people.
The sports.
I came here to be a musketeer, and now
And now.
I am.
I am.
I am.
All for one.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Schmaltz, the Hall of Famer Katie Smith, back with you for women's basketball here on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi. 67-52 lead for the Creighton Blue Jays, and Melanie Moore smelling an opportunity, a little defense to offense. Burned a timeout. She'll have 1 remaining. Tickets for the 2020 Xavier baseball season on sale now. Season tickets $35 for every regular season home game at Hayden Field. They include an exclusive season ticket holder gift. Single game tickets are also on sale at just $3. Learn more at GoXavier.com/baseball. You a baseball person? You want to come back to a little analysis for baseball?
Be a little rough. I like playoff baseball in the majors, so I can do that.
Okay.
Or in person on any other given day.
You any good at stealing signs?
I got good eyes so far. I need some readers. I'm at the point where I need some readers, but I think I can get signs.
Yeah, I've gone with the advanced readers here. So
progressives?
Yeah, absolutely. 5:27 to go. 67-52 Creighton, and Creighton just needs a solid segment to close out here. 4 timeouts left for Jim Flannery, 1 for Xavier, but Melody Moore trying to squeeze as much out of this as she can.
Yeah, it's a learning tool for them, and she probably planted some things. This is what we want to see you run. This is what we need you to do over the next couple minutes. And obviously with Creighton, it's like run your offense. Something will pop loose. No need to take anything other than a wide open shot or a layup.
Creighton a little more veteran presence on the floor here with Elger. And of course, Jalen Agnew fires at 3. That one a little flat and off, and down with a rebound, Aaliyah Dunham.
It's not a big sense of urgency, but you do have to have some type of pace to you for Xavier, because you can't just come out here and just run offense and just run offense. You got to have that aggressive mentality, and every single person has looked to score.
Inside for Gray, turnaround on Rimbaugh, shot short, rebound down for Saunders.
She's had to work for everything she's got.
And that was the plan for Jim Flannery today. 3 for Elger, and that one's short. Gray collects. Now Dunham.
And I think every time Xavier can get the rebound and run with an advantage would be key, because having to run and play 5-on-5 in a half court is not their advantage.
Drive inside for Gray, floater off the right side. Gross cleaned up the rebound, but put back short, and missed opportunity there as Agnew comes down with the gross miss.
And again, Creighton, you see him just settle in, set good screens, lots of movement, patience.
They lost Jalen Agnew, and Agnew gonna lay it in on the left block.
There's a little miscommunication right there on that switch. With all that screening, something's bound to happen. That's why you have to be disciplined and communicate.
27 now for Jalen Agnew. Gross inside, quick step to the right block, no good, and Agnew down with a rebound.
Good look. Just not getting a couple of these easy ones to go. Again, got to get a stop here, because taking the ball out of the net and playing 5-on-5 is not, again, not something that's going to help them.
Agnew again gets free, and a layup good. Got a couple of steps on Aaliyah Dunham now twice, and it's a 71-52 edge.
And I think Xavier right now might need to just switch everything, make sure they keep bodies on. There might be some mismatches, but then fly around, but they got to make things a little bit harder.
Inside for Gray, picks up the foul with a bucket.
One of the easier looks tonight for Gray. Getting her loose on a little bit of a slice cut, a little bit of a screen, able to take a little bit of the body with good concentration.
There's a foul there against Rimbaugh. Her second, Creighton's third here in the corner. Gray to the free throw line. 16 points now. On 6 of 18, 2 of 4 at the line so far. This is the first. Rimbaugh with a rebound.
We got some subs on Creighton, give some people a blow, but obviously Tatum Rimbaugh is still in to kind of lead the team. And Sarda.
Chloe Dwarek out, number 24 for the Blue Jays. D.B. Pryor handles here. Out top. So down there, Peyton Brodsky. A 3 from the left wing is good, and a foul.
Great screen by Brodsky. Sarda was able to line it up, lock it down. You can see, you can't quite see the screen. But Dunham pushing through, not Dunham, Townsend pushing through that screen and obviously being able to knock it down.
That was Townsend's 4th. One of our keys to the ball game. Close out hard on the three-point line. A little too hard again there for the Musketeers.
Got to go around.
We got it back to 20. Brodsky cut off on the drive. Parham off the contact. Townsend got a piece of it. Good rebound there for Batchelor. Gray blocks that, and Aaliyah Dunham away with the basketball.
Again, push tempo, should drag screen. Got to get into something quick. Put pressure on the D.
3 here for Dunham falls. Aaliyah Dunham now with 12.
she might have to do a lot of that her own. Is almost like try to find her opportunity. And again, if people collapse, be able to find somebody. But she's got to be aggressive.
Dunham's 9th double figure of this campaign.
Again, no hurry.
D.D. Pryor with a lane, tries to dish it off there to Dwarick. Ball out of bounds and back to Xavier. It's Morgan Sharps for Ashley Gomez. Sharps a 3-point shooter. Xavier going to need a lot of them here with a minute 37 to go.
And a big hug for the senior. She's coming out of the ball game.
Curtain call there for Ashley Gomez. The final home game here as a Musketeer. Back up top for Dunham, looking for a second straight 3 off the mark. Parham the rebound.
Great showing by Creighton after a loss on Friday night. Coming here, really efficient, and started with Agnew being able to knock down shots, but the whole team just was really, the way they shared the basketball, the way they guarded. A little foul there, and with Xavier coming off a win, they battled. They fought hard. Their margin for error and the ability to score at will and to knock down shots is just a little bit harder at the moment.
Leah Dunham there gets some contact. Will come out of the ball game. See Ashley Gomez there. Her senior day. Saw Gomez as well, part of that PSA there for the Xavier Musketeers.
That's what it's all about, the experience of being able to play and to have these memories along with getting your education and setting you up to go out in life and really make an impact and make a living.
Gray gets a floater to go in traffic. Gray's going to end this ball game right around maybe 20 points. That was 18.
Only 5 rebounds for Gray tonight.
Certainly made it difficult on her. All the points in the second half, but Musketeers closer to 12 here. Good persistence inside the bucket there for the Blue Jays.
Creighton attacked the boards today. It wasn't just like, all right, we got to keep Xavier off the boards, but boy, they went hard and were able to get themselves some extra opportunities.
Plus 10 for Creighton today, and we wondered what Jalen Agnew would do today. How she would impact this game. 29 points. 3 there for Ariana Gray will give her 21. And time will expire here. Creighton takes a huge road victory, 76-62, keeps pace in a very tight Big East race. Now with 2 games to play for the Blue Jays, and they will go back home. The Xavier Musketeers battled hard today, but unable to get past a very tough Creighton Blue Jay team. Disciplined today, and they out-rebounded the Musketeers 39-29. Back with more after this on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi.
Money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi Money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're going to work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go, Sean. 1, 2, 3.
Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Mike Schmaltz, Katie Smith back with you on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi. Big road victory in a tight conference race for the Creighton Blue Jays here this afternoon, much to the efforts of our guest here, Jalen Agnew. 29 points here from you this afternoon. First of all, talk about how nice it was to get this victory. You're in a tight race. You were in 7th in the standings coming in, trying to move up into that top 4.
Yeah, we knew this was a must-win, and so they told us this could have been the biggest game of the year, and so we had to come out and play like it. And I think we did that today.
What's the mindset? So now going into the final stretch last weekend and into the tournament, what are you guys kind of after the loss the other night? What's your thought process, both individually and as a group?
Definitely defense. I think defense was our big winner here today, and so just keeping that as a forefront in our minds, just to carry on throughout the rest of the way. Talk
about this game. You're coming back a little bit from concussion protocol. Looked very comfortable out there, not feeling any symptoms. It didn't look like, at least this afternoon.
Yeah. I played last weekend, and so kind of just getting back in the swing of things and just getting more comfortable out there. So yeah, that was today, and like I said, I think our defense kind of set the tone for us. So I think that helped.
Is that something that you guys take pride in, because you are known as like 3-point shooters? You could stretch the floor, but I really was impressed. I thought you guys, scout was good. You knew what you were going against. Is that something that you guys take pride in, individually and as a group?
Yeah, we hadn't played great defense the last couple games, and so we really knew that today was going to have to be on target, to get this win. So we talked about it yesterday, and we just fought today, and I think it helped for us for sure.
Talk a little bit about offensively. You got some great ball movement in the second half. You broke away a couple of times for some easy layups. What was different maybe about the ball movement in the second half from the first?
Yeah, I think we pushed the ball a lot more, and then we had a lot more ball reversals, and so that created some miscommunication, and then just found the open person on cuts and stuff.
So rebounding, they're a pretty big team, and I know the last time you guys played, you didn't play in that game, but they kind of got you on the boards. Tonight, you guys put it to them. Is that something you guys focused on, talked about, or just what's that look like?
Yep, it was defense and rebounding were two. Yep, those are the two.
Those are the coaches. Those are on the board.
Yes, exactly, the top two. So yeah, so those are what we had to focus on. So
great stuff.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward, you get the last 2 games at home here for the regular season. How nice of an advantage is that going to be? Are you cognizant of that, and it give you a little extra energy maybe coming down the stretch?
Yeah, it's nice to play your last game at home, with senior night and stuff, and so I think that'll give us a nice push going into conference tournament.
That's Jalen Agnew with a big victory here for the Creighton Blue Jays on the road, 29 for Jalen this afternoon. So for our Big East Digital Network crew, the Hall of Famer Katie Smith, I'm Mike Schmaltz. Thanks for watching this afternoon. We'll see you back next time for women's basketball on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi.